Treasury CS Ukur Yatani had to say.
The President has directed us Treasury to work on a stimulus package. And we are looking at close to 53 billion that we are going to make new addition in terms of undertakings and expenditures that's going to stimulate the economy, increase liquidity, and cushion jobs. And we are looking at a variety of interventions, mainly targeting the urban poor by, undertaking public services within the informal sectors. We are also looking at a way of stimulating, looking at further injection into the education sector, into the health sector, supporting the tourism sector, the SMEs, and we have come up with a cocktail of proposal that we are going to make appropriate announcement in the course of time. This confirmed to you the stimulus package will be implemented under the coming financial year. It's a proposal that we are going to forward to budget, if not this week, by early next week, for them to be incorporated in this program. And it cuts across all sectors. And we have taken advantage of all the various critical stakeholders. We've consulted highly, and we've come up with a package that addresses the concerns of all Kenyans at the time.
Let's bring in our business reporter, Brenda Kirubo, live for us from our city centre studios. Brenda, another loan for the country. What move is this, what impact rather is this likely to have on the shilling and the country's dwindling foreign reserve?
Well, actually, Michelle, good afternoon. Of course, you're coming to you live from I&M. But the latest sort of package that we did get from the World Bank is meant to cushion the country against the adverse impacts that we've had on the pandemic. We're talking about factors such as exports that have actually dwindled, and at the same time, much-needed revenues that have been sapped up when it comes to introducing tax breaks such as the VAT, such as income tax, and also the corporate tax. So we did see, of course, the Kenya Revenue Authority issue some form of warning that the fact that they will have a revenue shortage this time round. So in a bid to, bring back much needed liquidity back into the economy, of course, the World Bank is going to, the money that has been received by the World Bank is going to go into those specific gaps that have been witnessed before. In terms of how the shilling will react, we did see, of course, with the injection of 78 billion shillings earlier this month, we did see the shilling sort of stabilize, because now we have import cover that is sort of stable compared to how we were before. Remember, remittances have also reduced because of COVID-19. We also see exports such as tea, such as flowers, money that has come in out of those specific sectors has also reduced, as well as money being made in the economy. All this has contributed negatively when it comes to the economy. So the government does need much needed finance when it comes to meeting its obligations. And at the same time, of course, like you said, debt is still growing in the country. Michelle?
This grant, Brenda, comes just a week after IMF gave Kenya a rapid credit facility worth about 79 billion shillings, again, to help the country cover the balance of payment shortfalls this year. What does this speak to in terms of international banks having confidence in Kenya's macro framework as we speak?
Oh, well, right now, it's sort of a chorus that is being emulated right across the world, because we do have quite a number of economies that have suffered significantly because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and Kenya is just no exemption. When you look at the common mwananchi, the people on the ground, unemployment is soaring. We're also seeing a lot of businesses that are closing shop, also working from home, and that means productivity in the economy is limited. So right now, the focus may, of course, be a concern when it comes to Kenya meeting its debt obligations. We did see the Treasury CS highlight yesterday that Kenya will not default on its payments. But, Michelle, we still have to factor in the fact that people don't have money and they need their money. They need to pay rent. They need to, to feed. They need to have food on the table. Of course, it's such a tough balance when it comes to balancing livelihoods and at the same time making a living from jobs. But at the same time, we still have the COVID-19 pandemic that is also quite straining financially in terms of ensuring that we have enough capacity in meeting the healthcare obligations. So it's also another key sector that needs financing. Debt, of course, is a critical concern, but at the same time, the situation on the ground when it comes to the mwananchi, it's still a desperate concern. Michelle?
Thanks, Brenda Kirubo. There are more details on that loan to follow in a subsequent bulletins.